We've got a few clips to look over at Trump embarrassing himself at yet another press event, something he's made easier and easier to highlight as the days go on. Now that he's the delusional old man in the race, he seemingly can't go a single event without saying something absolutely horrendous. So let's check out a few of these and break them down.
And you're not going to be allowed. You're all going to be thrown into a communist system. It's a communist system. You're going to be thrown into a system where everybody gets health care.
This is hilarious because it's equally ignorant as it is a baffling talking point to try and attack in the first place. Like, oh no, the fear of everyone having health care and being able to afford the care they need. How evil can that be, right? I mean, guaranteeing health care also is in no way communism. Again, I don't think he could define communism if you ask, because most developed nations guarantee health care. And most of them are capitalist countries, like Canada, for instance. The Republican Party is just floundering so hard, and Trump is just throwing things at the wall and hoping something sticks when none of it is, especially when the person giving the message is a delusional old man who seems like he needs a nap.
I have to say, Miriam, I watched Sheldon sitting so proud in the White House when we gave Miriam the Presidential Medal of Freedom. That's the highest award you can get as a civilian. It's the equivalent of the Congressional Medal of Honor, but civilian version. It's actually much better because everyone gets the Congressional Medal of Honor. That's soldiers. They're either in very bad shape because they've been hit so many times by bullets, or they're dead. She gets it, and she's a healthy, beautiful woman.
To clarify who this is that he's talking about, it's a billionaire who donated millions, like $100 million to Trump in 2020, donated massively to him in 2016 as well, and plans to donate to him in 2024 also, that he then went on to give one of the highest congressional awards that a civilian can receive, seemingly to reward her for donating $100 million to help get him elected. Because that's completely ethical and nobody should question that at all. But I don't even know how to explain that what he's saying here is one of the most offensive things that Trump has ever said in public, hands down. He's denigrating those who served and received a medal because what? They're typically injured in war and have those scars and whatever it is when they're receiving the medal, saying that, well, it's better because he didn't have to give it to someone who's been injured, who's injured. Instead, I'm giving it to a healthy young lady. He's showing blatant disrespect to veterans, and it's a slap in their face, while again, also denigrating one of the highest honors that they can receive for serving. But all the people talking about stolen valor and disrespecting veterans obviously aren't going to see a problem with this, right?
The most powerful lobby in this country by far was Israel and Jewish people. Today, it's almost like, what happened? What happened? What happened to Schumer? What happened to all these people? Schumer's like a Palestinian, right? It's a Palestinian.
This is just horrendously racist. I wish that somebody would ask him what makes him think calling someone a different ethnic group than they are is okay, and why is Palestinian an insult to him. Schumer is Jewish. He's a Jewish man. And just because he doesn't want to defend a genocidal maniac in Netanyahu or a genocide happening doesn't make him a Palestinian. Has he not heard of Jewish Voices for Peace? What about the tens of thousands of Jews protesting Netanyahu in Israel? What about B'Tselem? Are they all Palestinian too? This is a delusional old white man who can't help but invoke racism in every single speech that he gives.
Interference. And as you know, the Supreme Court ruled recently on immunity, and I'm immune from all of this stuff that they charged me with.
This talking point really gets me, and I wanted to address it here because you hear a lot of MAGA voters, especially to this day, talk about election security and how the Democrats stole the election in 2020, which is baseless, and they say it with no proof in the first place. But it's also on its face hypocritical when they are voting for Trump because he's someone who actually tried to steal the election, and there's bounties of proof that he did, of him pressuring state officials, trying to literally like bully them pretty much in phone calls into doing what he wants, knowingly spreading false claims about it being stolen so he could get away with these actions a little easier without voters questioning him as much, which has worked because 4 years later, the Republicans are all laughing at you while you still buy the cult lies. He enlisted fake electors in 7 states to fraudulently claim they were the real electors to subvert the votes of the people in those states, then sent a mob to the Capitol to pressure Mike Pence to go against the Constitution and accept those knowingly fake electors. This is all laid out and clear. There's tons of evidence of it. And he denies none of it. He never says, I didn't do that. He doesn't deny doing it. He just says he needs immunity for it and now says he has immunity for it. So never let someone who's voting for an actual election fraudster try and take some moral high ground about Democrats not caring about election security or Democrats stealing the election when, one, they would have supported Trump if he was successful in doing exactly that, and they still support him despite trying to do exactly that. And they only think that Democrats stole the election because Trump told them to, despite there being tons of evidence as well of him knowing he was spreading lies when he said these things, that they were knowingly false. There's been over 60 court cases, including ones with Trump-appointed judges, that found no merit or evidence of any of his claims, and none of these gremlins can put forth a modicum of evidence to support their claims anyway. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.